If you're leading a trip, communication is going to be pretty important. I don't know that you can overdo it, honestly. I think you could probably go and use several venues of communication. If you're having a meeting, I try to always have a meeting where people can leave with some sort of hard copy of something, of notes you went over, followed even by an email that maybe a handful missed, or maybe someone prefers it electronically, so we'll send that out. If you have a group going somewhere, man, there is an app called GroupMe that works on any phone that is the best. You can communicate anytime you want. Everybody can see it, they can respond. Another thing, as you approach some sort of project or trip, you're going to be thinking about, man, what in the world do I pack as I go on this trip? And so it's very important that you think about each day and what each day holds, and just try to run through the week of what will I need, how much clothes to pack, will I need sunscreen and bug spray, what supplies will I need, can you get more than enough supplies so you can avoid any problem as you go into it. If you're rolling through an airport at all, be flexible, be patient as you go through. For whatever reason, when people get in an airport, they get in an incredible amount of hurry to get to the next thing. You've experienced that when they call group 1, even if you're group 4, you want to go, right? And so everybody gets in a hurry. It's kind of important that you stay with your group, that you stay with your team and try to make stops along the way, especially if you're doing an international trip and you have to roll through all the security and TSA stuff. It's just important that you make sure everybody's gotten through and rolled through everything. A good general rule is what the group is doing is what I'm going to do. If you have an odd idea or request of can I go do this, be sure you think about how that influences the whole group. If your aunt asked you to pick up a bottle of vanilla from somewhere, make sure you realize that takes transportation and time. And so be careful that you're not trying to move the whole group somewhere for your own benefit. If you're leading a trip, certainly you want to think through the schedule, and you're trying to fill that schedule. You don't want to go to all this effort and not have plenty to do and plenty to serve at, and plenty of opportunities for everyone to give. One thing that we make all our students do is a short essay about where they're headed, why they want to go, and I've found that those are really beneficial for each participant because they have some idea of what they're walking into. If you are leading a trip, something's gonna go wrong, and so I think it's pretty important for whoever's in a leadership role that you stay pretty calm, whether that's an injury or whether that's just work didn't go as planned. I also think it's pretty important that you're thinking ahead of all those problems. We're going to run out of stuff to do here. What's this whole group going to do next? But it's just really important that you stay calm, that you stay patient, that you tell the whole group and communicate with them, hey guys, we're thinking about what's next. If you guys can stay dialed in here. Your role to motivate is also pretty important in those moments, to help them, to be the cheerleader, to encourage, is going to be vital to the trip as you walk through it. If you're leading a trip, man, I would find a contact before you go, if not 10 contacts before you go. And I would make several phone calls. It's nice to do some research, but it's really great if you can hear someone's voice, who lives in that setting, who has done what you're about to do. And so make a few phone calls and ask people about the culture, what to pack, what's going to happen. Not to mention when you get on that trip, it'll be really important just to know who you have as a resource there as you're trying to accomplish your mission. Who can I ask for help? Who can I go to for certain different things? And those can be, anybody you can get a hold of. If you don't know anybody, I would start asking around about who's a good contact for this type of thing, for this project. That's going to be huge in you leading the trip and tapping into every resource that you can think of. As you approach your trip, you might be thinking about healthcare. What shots do I need to take? Do I need any medication? Your group leader will probably provide some of that and might even require you to do certain things. Beyond that, the CDC, the Center of Disease Control, cdc.gov, would be a good resource for you to look at, to see, to have a good knowledge, if nothing else, of anything healthcare related that you might need to know. And certainly visiting with your doctor would be something helpful for you to get an understanding of things and talk through the trip and what you might need. Some of that might even be as simple as something to help with travel, if that's been a struggle in the past. That's something you might think about as you walk into a mission. I'm so excited that you are going on a mission. Man, if I could give you just one piece of advice to walk into this trip with and really walk out of it too, is just the importance of loving people. Wherever you go, whatever you're doing, and some of it might be challenging. There might be a language barrier. There might not be that many people around. But be thinking about people and God's greatest commandment to love Him and to love people.